Good evening, everybody. I'm going to request everybody to try to take a seat. This is going to be a full house, so please grab a seat before those are all gone. And we're going to start our meeting. Well, good evening, everybody. Today is March Lucky Friday the 13th. Yes, and let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. And would I please ask our clerk of the board, Curtis, to please call the roll.
Supervisor Abekoga.
Here.
Supervisor Jung.
Here.
Supervisor Allenberg.
I'm here.
Vice President Arenas.
Here.
President Lee.
Present as well, good afternoon.
You have a quorum.
Thank you so much. And Curtis, would you like to do the translation announcements for the...
I would be happy to. I don't have my sheet in front of me, so I will be winging this today.
Okay.
If you are in chambers and require translation, we do have translation services available. The clerk at the back of the room can assist you with setup. For those on Zoom, there is an interpretation button that you can click on to get translation that way.
Good. Do you have it in the other languages as well, or?
Oh.
If our translators is on, I just want to confirm.
Do we have interpreters on the line today? And I apologize, we do not have consecutive interpreters on the line.
So then we will have to use the expertise of my colleagues right here. Vice President Arenas, would you mind doing?
There's no interpreters online. Who's going to interpret? Buenas noches. Si necesitan servicio de traducción, típicamente tenemos el equipo detrás y están en una mesa. Ustedes se pueden, no sé quién está encargado de eso ahí. Si necesitan traducción, por favor, busquen a la muchacha que alzó la mano y de esa manera reciben el equipo y pueden escuchar y entender nuestra junta. Gracias.
Gracias. Supervisor Jung.
Xin chào quý vị, nếu mà có ai hôm nay cần thông dịch viên á, xin quý vị tới góc phòng cô Jessica. Jessica sẽ giơ tay. Nếu mà quý vị cần có người thông dịch á, xin tới gặp cô Jessica đặng cho có thể nhận cái máy nghe. Và trong cái máy nghe đó sẽ có người thông dịch viên thông dịch trong cái máy nghe. Cảm ơn quý vị.
Come on, thank you very much, Supervisor Jung. And you can see the talents we have on this board. Isn't that amazing? Indeed, and I'm just so blessed. Well, first we'll do our land blessing tonight, and I would like to welcome Noshli to open tonight's program with an ancestral acknowledgement. Please come on up.
Good evening. My name is Corina Siwachimali Herrera Loera, and it is an honor to be here beside my husband, Gerardo Isteo Loera, as an indigenous woman of the Wirarica Huichol Nation, and my husband of the Pueblo Pame and Mescalero Apache. We are First Nations people of these lands. As we know, once upon a time, there were no borders that crossed the Americas. And here we are today as allies of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area, acknowledging the land upon which we gather on here today. It is an honor to be welcomed by Supervisor President Otto Lee for this State of the County address. I'm going to pass it over to my husband.
Relatives, if I can share an acknowledgement that we might have a common language here. If I can hear you all say, oh, 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 oh. We say that in honor of the first peoples of this land and throughout this region now known as California. It's a common acknowledgement, affirmation. For some of us, it's very similar to saying, órale, or something along those lines. I'm grateful to be here this evening in this way. Again, supervisors, we were just reminiscing. We were thinking, we've been able to be a part of your journey in some kind of way. Pretty much all of you that sit on this dais. And I'm really grateful to live in a county today where there is a level of awareness, a curiosity, and an intention to be inclusive of First Nation voices. We are by no means a representation of all indigenous people. Here in the United States alone, there are over 570 federally recognized tribes. Right here in California alone, 110. And can you believe that today, in today's age, in this progressive county that we live in, there are no federally recognized tribes right here because their federal recognition was taken from them in the early 1900s. We're going to keep them in mind here tonight as we offer this gesture of inclusion, a reminder that we are all related. That's why we're here. The intention behind us doing this gesture here with you all is to remind us that we're all related and to remind us all that us as indigenous people throughout the Americas, from Chile to Alaska, we are still here. We're in an ongoing fight against an ongoing genocide, and we need each and one of you to remember that in the important work you do. Corina will lead us in this gesture. For those of you that might be familiar, you're welcome to join us. And for those of you that might be curious, you're welcome to stand at this time and make these gestures with us if you choose to. We take a moment to face towards this eastern direction. It's in this direction that if you're up early enough, especially now with daylight savings time, you actually might make it. You get to see the sun rise. We give thanks to have the ability to take another breath of life today. It's in this direction that our ancestors said, take a moment to honor the masculine energy that each and one of us carries within us, that we come from. It's in this direction that I choose to take a moment to call upon the males in our community, the men in our community, to be in harmony and balance with all things. Relatives, we turn to the opposite direction. It's in this western direction that our ancestors, they said, take a moment to give thanks for the completion of the cycles in our lives. It's in this direction in the evening time that we get to see that sunset and we get to see how it is that we relate to the rest of the cosmos. It's in this direction that we take a moment to give thanks for the feminine essence that has birthed each and one of us into this life. It's in this direction that we give thanks to our mothers. Relatives, y'all turn to your right. Trying to make it easy for you all. Y'all turn to your right. In this northern direction, our ancestors said to remember the shoulders upon which we stand. Remember that wherever it is that we go, we carry, genetically speaking, scientifically speaking, through the genetics of our families, we carry them with us in every space and every time in the work that we do. Relatives, y'all turn to the opposite direction. It's in the southern direction that our ancestors, actually, I'm going to call upon you relatives that believe that we're here today as part of a social justice movement on behalf of our children and our children's children. If you believe that we're here today on behalf of our children, I ask you all to raise your right fist. Raise your right fist. If you stand for social justice in our communities, when we think about the children and why it is we do the work that we do, the fact that we can even be here doing what we're doing right now is a product of social justice movements, and I'm grateful that we get to continue that work as we move forward together. Y'all turn back to the center, relatives. We're almost done. 4 directions. We take a moment to give thanks for the environment that we inhabit right here equally, each and one of us. depends upon this environment, regardless of your social, economic status, whatever color your skin might be, whatever your race is, your ethnicity, your religious beliefs. We cannot exist each and every day without this breath of life that we have, that we call upon each and one of you today, that in the important work you do, that you also make space to take care of this environment on behalf of our future generations. Y'all stay right where you're at. We take a moment to give thanks to this Holy Mother Earth. The next time that you put something in your mouth, give thanks that that could be brought forth by this earth. And the only way that that will continue is if we continue to take care of this earth, this environment. We give thanks for those trees out there. As you walk by them, oftentimes we don't even see them. They're working for you, each and one of you in here. They're actually producing the air that we breathe. Remember that as you nourish yourself and give thanks to this earth. Y'all stay right where you're at. As we take a moment here in the seventh direction, on behalf of our ancestors, they said, why we do this gesture is to remind us of all the things it has taken to make you be who you are, who we are. Our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors since the beginning of time, this environment, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, all of those things are humbling and remind us of how it is that each and one of us are related to one another, how we are all in this together. They said in the seventh direction, after we've acknowledged those things, we can take a moment for ourselves and understand how it is that we can be today in this space, in this time. As relatives in this room, can you all say, oh? Oh. I know that each and one of you, as I look around, there's so much power in this space. Each and one of you, all that you represent, so many beautiful relatives from this community. We're going to sing a little song, a very short song right here. On behalf of you, President Otto Lee, thank you so much for inviting us, including us into this space, and all the work that you have ahead of you, and to call us all right here, the reasons that brought you here today, the things that are important to you in your life, that we can continue this work together. Yo we know we are not yo we are not hey nay yo we know we are not yo we are not yo when yo we know we are not yo we are not hey nay yo we know we are not yo we are not yo when. We extend an invitation to each and one of you to join us at Aztec New Year, Mexica New Year this weekend, Emma Prush Park, Friday through Sunday, tonight, Kelly Native Night. Thank you. Ometeo.
Well, thank you so much to Noshli, which is Karina Loera, and Gerardo is Teco Loera. Thank you so much for that. And next we have our Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to ask our Vice President, Sylvia Arenas, to please lead us in the pledge.
Please stand if you're able to. Ready? Begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And next, I'll go ahead and turn this over to our MCs tonight, Mercury Nunez and Zikun Lee. Let's welcome them. Yay!
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone, and magandang pagdating.
Welcome to the State of the County 2026. I'm Zikun Lee, Executive Director for Silicon Valley Youth Climate Action. With over 2 decades of community and power building experience, I help youth climate leaders learn how to organize themselves and build power through collective action. I have the pleasure of serving as one of your MCs for this evening, alongside my friend, a very inspirational figure, Mercury Nunez. In October 2025, she was recognized as a Community Impact Awardee by Silicon Valley Business Journal and as one of the most influential Filipino women in the world by Filipinas Women's Network. Mer, take it away.
Thank you, and it's such a pleasure to be here with you, Tuzi. I'm Mary Curry Nunez, a board member of Kids in Common and the San Jose Evergreen Community College District Foundation. And those aren't the only hats I wear, as I am also the co-chair of the Black Leadership Kitchen Cabinet of Silicon Valley and the inaugural board secretary and chair of Lead Filipino.
Mer and I are thrilled to be your hosts this evening for the State of the County 2026.
We have an exciting evening that will be full of stories, performances, and collaboration, showing our path forward, the theme of this year's State of the County.
Tonight, a great deal of what we're focusing on is togetherness. Our county here in the heart of Silicon Valley is home to nearly 2 million residents. And we all come from very different paths. 20.8% are under the age of 18, 42.2% are foreign-born, and 55.7% speak languages other than English at home. And as we get going, we also want to really thank Nochli for starting off our program with such vibrant rhythm, movement, and spirit. Next, we really like to welcome the Santa Clara County Fire Department to present the colors. Since 1947, the SCCFD has supported our region's fertile farmlands and pastures by ensuring we are protected from fires. Led by Fire Chief Swana Koltaku, SCCFD provides emergency response to over 225,000 residents in the county.
We also want to thank the cadets of Milpitas JROTC for volunteering tonight and for their continued support of our community.
The cadets regularly volunteer with District 3 and many other jurisdictions and orgs, offering their time and energy to support community events and initiatives. Their dedication reflects the strong spirits of service, leadership, and we love to see that in our community surround young residents. Up next, we also want to introduce our local young rising star joining us up front of the stage to perform the national anthem. She is just 21 years old, international performer who can sing in 8 different languages. Yes. I'll be lucky to be able to speak 3. Play the piano, and she plays the violin. And she is a recent graduate of San Jose State's Vocal Performance Music Program. She has performed for many local sports teams, including the Earthquakes, San Jose Sharks, the Giants, and the Niners. So everyone, please welcome to the dais, Victoria Tui v. McDonnell.
Audience, would you please rise for the colors and the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you so much to this entire Santa Clara County Fire Department team for your dedication and support. Please give them another round of applause. And an extra shout out. An extra shout out to Deputy Fire Chief Mark Shume. And thank you, Victoria. We are blessed. Yes, give Victoria a round of applause. We are blessed to next have 5 religious leaders join us to provide tonight's invocation.
As I call folks up, please come on up. Rabbi Hugh Sadi Valencia serves at the Jewish Silicon Valley. Pete Petit Suri Naralandan Swamaji serves at the Balaji Temple.
Venerable Jian Sheng is from the Chung Tai Zen Center of Sunnyvale. Imam Fahd Mohammed joins us from the Muslim Community Association, and Father Justin Lay serves at Our Lady of Lavang, San Jose.
Let's give them all a warm welcome.
Thank you. I offer these words, these time-honored and ancient words, the priestly blessing from the book of Numbers, by means of invocation. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May the divine presence deal kindly with you and graciously with you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom. May the divine presence bestow favor upon you and grant you and us peace.
Thank you, the OT and all the staffs and all of you, and brothers and sisters. In San Jose, your Balaji Mata temple represented. For the peace for the world, peace for the country, peace for all of us. We need peace. Unless we don't have peace, we cannot be nice to each other. That is the prayers I'm going to pray here in the evening on Friday, being 13th of March 2026. It's very auspicious day, and instead of going bingo, we all of us here to be pray together and be happy together. It is come from Rigveda, and it will be peaceful mantra to reciting. Om sanchame mayachame priyanchame nukamachame kamachame somachame baddhanchame shriyachame vasachame yashachame bhagachame dravidhanchame yantachame dattachame kshemachame tutichame vishwanchame mahachame gnhatanchame suchame prasuchame shiranchame layachame amrutanchame nama ichame jivatuchame dirghayutanchame abhyanchame sughanchame sehananchame suchachame sudhananchame. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. means home, peace, peace, peace.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. And as we gather together today in service of our community, and I would like to share the spirit of Buddhism. May wisdom guide our decisions and compassion guides our actions. And may we continue to cultivate the virtues of our awareness. To our elders, be respectful. To our juniors, be kind. With all humanity, be harmonious. In all endeavors, be true. Let us work together to bring well-being, harmony, and peace to everyone who call this county home.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I begin in the name of God, the most merciful, the most gracious, the one that is always forgiven. Gathered here asking for all of the decisions that we make, the ways that we live our lives, to be one guided with the benefit of others in mind, to make our decisions not ones that are only going to benefit us, but every single person here and the ones that are not here. We ask God to make sure that our hearts are going to be aimed for the purpose of the betterment of humanity, and we continuously pray that our days are going to get better as we head into the future. Thank you.
Gracious God, source of wisdom and compassion, we give thanks for the opportunity to gather in service of the people of Santa Clara County. We ask for your guidance upon these leaders entrusted with the responsibility of governance. Grant them wisdom in their deliberations, clarity in their decisions, and humility in their service. Bless our beautiful Santa Clara County and all who call it home, families, workers, educators, first responders, the elderly, the young, the immigrants, and especially those who are most vulnerable among us. May the decisions made here today and throughout the year promote justice, strengthen community, and foster hope for the future. Amen.
Thank you all for your inspiring words and for your blessings.
We have a number of elected officials that are joining here this evening, and we'd like to take a minute to acknowledge them.
As is the Board of Supervisors customs, we will be doing one clap after each elected official is announced. So let's take a moment now to practice as a group, starting with the first person, Richard Mellinger, Vice Mayor Sunnyvale. Woo, professionals, all right. And next, Charles C. Chang, Council Member Sunnyvale. Tim Kirby, Sunnyvale City Manager. Carmen Montano, Mayor of Milpitas. Pamela Campos, San Jose City Council Member, District 2.
Alexander Gualtivas, Chief of Staff, City Council Member Anthony Totios. David Cohen, San Jose City Council, District 4. Hanakal Nguyen, San Jose City Council, Peter Ortiz office. Michael McCahey, San Jose City Council Member, District 6. Van Doan, San Jose City Council Member, District 7.
Jesus Flores, Director, Latino Business Foundation of Silicon Valley. James Eggers. Musa Tariq. Russ Melton, former Sunnyvale City Council Member. Teresa Cox, former Fremont Mayor, City Council Member.
Karen Hardy, Santa Clara County City Council, District 3. Rajiv Batija, Mayor of Los Gatos Hills. Pete Daly, Los Altos City Council Member. Larry Lang, Vice Mayor, Los Altos. Ed Luang, Mayor at Palo Alto.
Elliot Scazola, Campbell City Council Member. Kelly Ramirez, Gilroy City Council Member. Marilyn Liebers, Morgan Hill City Council Member. Raisa De La Rosa, Director, Economic Development, City of Gilroy.
Elmer Martinez Sabario, Mayor, Redwood City. Carolyn Robinson, Treasurer, City of Martinez.
Natalie Delrue Maguire, Honorary Consul of Belgium. Lakshuman Kanal, Consul General of Nepal. Tornike Nikvashvili, Representative. Jenny Kuo, Communications Director, Taiwan Economic and Cultural Office. Denise Makala Creary, Honorary Consul of Jamaica.
Dave Cortese, State Senator. Robert Rivas, Speaker of the Assembly.
Whoa.
Sally Lieber, Board of Equalization.
Matt Sinekremian, External Affairs, California DOJ. Tim Orozco, staff on behalf of Assemblymember Alex Lee. Assemblymember Alex Lee. Lauren Babich, staff for Assemblymember Gail Pellerin. Alex Kobayashi, staff for State Senator Josh Becker.
Jeff Rosen, Santa Clara County District Attorney. Damon Silver, Santa Clara County Appointed Public Defender. Nisa Flygaard, Assessor. Sylvia Gallegos, Deputy County Executive. Casey Helcond, Deputy County Executive.
Jim Beal, former Santa Clara County Board of Supervisor, California State Senator, San Jose City Council Member. Dick Santos, Vice Chair, Valley Water. Jessica Spicer, Vice President, Santa Clara County Board of Education. Cillian Huang, Alameda County Board of Supervisors, District Director, District 3.
Nicholas Hargis, staff for Congressman Liccardo. Alyssa Garcia Marquez, staff for Congressman Jimmy Peralta. Yvonne Inciate, Director of Legislative Outreach for Representative Rocana. Tom Pike was also for Congressman Rocana. And Jacqueline Oseguita for Congressman Zoe Lofgren.
And for school boards and special districts, we have over a dozen represented here tonight. So please stand if you're a school board or special district elected and wave so we can see you. Stand up if you're a school board or special district, be recognized. Thank you.
Also, as well as Hollister City Council Member Dolores Morales. Palo Alto Mayor Vicky Vinker. Morgan City Council Member Yvonne Martinez Beltran. McPeter City Council Member William Lamb. San Jose City Council Member Rosemary Kamei.
Now, have we left anyone out? If so, raise your hand and be recognized. Please stand and be recognized because I won't be able to have you yell. Give them a round of applause. So grateful for our electeds and our community leaders.
Thank you for all of our esteemed elected officials for joining us this evening. Your presence speaks volume about the strong collaboration and partnership of our community relies on, especially in times like these. And with the spirit of unity in mind, it's the perfect moment to transition into the State of the County address. Now, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We are gathered here tonight, community members, partners, leaders, united in the purpose and shared commitment. It is our honor to introduce Board President who will deliver this year's address.
Supervisor Otto Lee represents District 3 on the Board of Supervisors, comprising of Sunnyvale, Milpitas, and northern neighborhood of San Jose, including Alviso and Berryessa. He was elected to represent District 3 in November 2020.
Otto was born in Hong Kong, and at age of 15, his family made the difficult decision to immigrate to California due to the rising political upheaval.
After graduating from UC Berkeley with his bachelor's degree in chemical and nuclear engineering, let's go Bears. He went on to attain his law degree from UC Hastings, but that was just the start of his career journey.
He joined the U.S. Navy Reserve in college and would later serve in civil tours in the Middle East, including the Gulf War. He earned a Bronze Star in service during the drawdown of the troops in Iraq in 2008. And in 2018, Otto retired from the Navy and was awarded the Meritorious Service Medal for his years of honorable service.
Outside of his naval service, Supervisor Lee has also been an active member of the public sector, representing our community in a variety of roles. He first served on the Sunnyvale Planning Commission and was then elected to serve on the Sunnyvale City Council from 2003 to 2011, including one term as mayor.
Our green mayor.
Since joining the Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Lee has been a leader on mental health, ending homelessness, veteran affairs, and climate action. He has also spearheaded efforts to host gun buybacks in Milpitas and Morgan Hill to address gun violence and responsible ownership.
Being a leader, specifically during this period of time, is difficult. It takes a great deal of collaboration with partners, both near and far, to get the job done.
As we endeavor on a path forward together, I invite you all to stand to recognize the 2026 State of the County Address by our board president, Otto Lee.
Go Navy and go Bears. Well, good evening, everybody. Bienvenidos. 欢迎. Maligayang pagdating. Kinchao guive. Hwangyong habinida. Shub sandia. Irashaimase. Mahaba. And yes, welcome, everybody. My name is Otto Lee, and I'm deeply honored to serve as the president of Santa Clara County, the largest county in Northern California, home to Silicon Valley and of 2 million residents across 15 towns and cities. And with my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors, thank you for joining us tonight for the 2026 State of the County. We appreciate your partnership as we work together to move our county forward, where everyone has a fair chance, no matter where they came from, no matter where they live, and no matter who they love. Thank you to our outstanding MCs, Mayor Curry, Nunez, and Zikun Lee, and to all of our region's leaders here tonight. Your presence reflects the strength of collaboration that defines us. And before beginning, I would like to say thank you to my family, Sally. Yay. And my other family who is here is actually behind the scenes there, learning her video production internship hours, Stella. And some of my daughters are actually watching this live on on web, so I really am hoping to say hi to all of them, Aubrey and Hillary, who's actually at the airport right now. But you know how it is, when you have 3 daughters, it's a lot of handful that we're trying to coordinate. Now, of course, I also want to thank my District 3 office, my other family, who has worked tirelessly to make this evening possible. Thank you. Well, 3 weeks ago, we heard the longest State of the Union address that lasted more than 2 hours. Well, don't worry, ours won't even be half that long, okay? Well, last year, our State of the County theme was caution, hope, kindness, and gratitude. This year, we will build on this same theme and moving forward together. There's an old saying that says, if you want to go fast, you move alone. But if you want to go far, you move together. And that's why we must work together to address the ever-increasing challenges alongside our neighbors and community members alike. Let's start with some not-so-good news. The so-called Big and Beautiful bill passed last year, which turned out to be big but hurtful, would cut $1 trillion from Medicaid. And for this alone, this county will lose about $1 billion a year. The infamous and now disbanded Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, fired more veterans from the federal payroll than ever before, and abruptly stopped federal fundings already appropriated to this county. Now, while DOGE's goal was to reduce wasteful spending, we're now at war against Iran, which has a far more capable military than Iraq or Afghanistan. The staggering financial cost alone is estimated at $2 billion a day. But the true cost is measured in our human lives. In less than 2 weeks, at least 13 American service members are confirmed killed and more than 140 wounded, many from mortar and missiles attack in the Middle East. I myself had experienced these bombings many times when I was stationed in Iraq back in 2009. In one fateful evening, a 155 millimeter mortar landed just 30 meters from me. I survived, but my neighbor, who was talking to his family via Skype, did not. Every soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, or Coast Guardman volunteered to serve this nation, but none had the luxury of choosing where they would be sent. Survival comes down to chance, being in the right place at the right time. I was fortunate, but many others were not. And today, we mourn the brave Americans who have fallen for the past weeks, and we also grieve for the thousands of innocent civilians' lives caught in the middle around the world who have lost their lives. Many of them children, and recently, many young girls who died in their own classrooms. And in remembrance of all who have been lost and the suffering carried by so many families, I am wearing a black tie today, and I humbly ask you to join me in a moment of silence to honor their sacrifice and pray that their memory will never be forgotten. Thank you very much. You see, fear, uncertainty, and loss are not only being felt abroad, they are also being experienced right here at our homes. Scenes of chaos caused by the poorly trained and mass ICE agents in Minneapolis, Chicago, and so many cities are beyond unforgettable. Ordinary citizens came out not just to protest, but to bravely serve as legal observers, risking injury and arrest to document the reckless and excessive force used by these ICE agents on their phones. Videos of the brutal killings of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy went viral and shocked the conscience of viewers, not just in the United States, but all around the world. In recent months, we also have had many ICE threats in our own Bay Area, from the sudden presence in Alameda last October to rumors of them showing up at the Super Bowl at the Levi Stadium. And I want to thank our local leaders, tech executives, including Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, an immigrant himself, for standing up for our community members during these challenging times. And in protect our residents, I have spoken loudly and I'll say it again tonight. No one is above the law, and there's no absolute immunity, and there's no such thing as license to kill. If ICE agents or anyone come here using excessive force, injuring and killing people, and breaking the laws, they should be arrested. The Federal Supremacy Clause does not give them immunity to break the laws against the rights protected under the U.S. Constitution. And I want to say special thanks to our sheriff deputies, police officers, for upholding their duty to protect our residents every single day right here. Thank you. So this year, we hosted a very successful Super Bowl 60. First, thanking the Lord above for the great weather when most of the country was snowed in, but also deep gratitude to all the first responders, firefighters, sheriff deputies, police officers, nurses, our public transit VT operators, and Office of Emergency Management led by Dana Reed, and so many more working behind the scenes that kept us safe. Talking about working behind the scenes, one amazing effort I want to share tonight is how our County DA Rosen's office, led by Lieutenant Josh Singleton, hosted the Human Trafficking Task Force right here that monitored these nefarious activities leading up to the Super Bowl. They arrested 29 traffickers, but more importantly, saved 73 traffic victims. And with 10 of those being children. So let's give them a huge round of applause, right? Also want to say thanks to the NFL and our favorite 49ers here, and also to Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, also known as Bad Bunny. Yay! Yes, for showcasing that strong message of what is more powerful than hate is love to nearly 100 million viewers around the world. And I'm incredibly proud, our county right here, the team has pulled off such a large success after a whole year long of preparation. But guess what? In a couple of months, we'll get to do it all over again, but actually 6 more times for hosting the FIFA World Cup. And of course, we will be ready, right? Yes. And before we get into the nuts and bolts of tonight's speech, I do want to say thanks and acknowledge the strong women on the dais who have made me the only dude of the Supervisors. Because I am truly honored to work alongside each of my colleagues, and I'm so grateful for the unwavering commitment to our county residents. Our Vice President, Silva Arenas, has led efforts to establish one of the Bay Area's first ice-free zones policies, and has showcased true heart in her work for everyone from immigrants to farm workers. Last year, she spearheaded the Latino Health Assessment to dive into the health and well-being for Latino families to identify the gaps of what we must do. Supervisor Susan Ellenberg has helped to strengthen the safety net for families, expanding access to behavioral health, substance treatment services, inpatient beds, and childcare. She also served as the president of California State Association of Counties, CSAC, representing all 58 California counties. Supervisor Betty Yong, our very first Vietnamese supervisor, has collaborated with the City of San Jose in many areas, including improving mental health services and the city shelter. She has also been a staunch advocate for workers' rights and has championed efforts to enforce labor laws and educate workers about their rights in the workplace. And Supervisor Margaret Abikoga has been a true champion for the environment, who greatly uplifts the youth, who are the ones who really understand climate change. Serving on MTC and VTA for over a decade, her service has brought in funding for clean electrified Caltrains, shortening our daily commutes for fewer cars on the highways from San Francisco to the San Jose Dearborn Station. The station is actually named after our former county supervisor and legend, Rod Dearborn, who was supposed to be here. I just had a call from him an hour ago saying that he could not join us today because he was not feeling well. So I wanted to say a prayer for him and make sure he recovers quickly. Thank you. Now I would like to also give a huge warm welcome to our new county assessor, Nisa Flygore. Who was elected after the retirement of our longest-serving assessor, if not the entire world, Larry Stone. And yes, we will miss the boos, right? Recently, our county's clerk recorder office staff has partnered with the universities, including Stanford and Princeton, to use AI tools to uncover these racially restrictive covenants hidden in our old property deeds. This effort is more than just correcting outdated language. It is a step toward historical reckoning and repair. And this is why this moment matters. So today, our assessor's office is led by a strong African-American woman breaking down the barriers that once excluded families with names like Abikoga, Arenas, Yong, and Ellenberg, right? And as you can see, each of these female county leaders are truly remarkable public servants. And in celebration of a Women's History Month, let's give them a huge round of applause. Yay! That's why I'm the lucky dude. Well, today, as the federal funding cuts take hold, our counties and cities face challenges not seen in recent memory, often with fewer resources to meet them. Yet, our residents' needs have really not diminished. Caring for our community is not an abstract ideal. It is the daily work of facing reality, preparing for the future, and ensuring we do not leave today's challenges to the next generation. And that's why, after Regional Medical Center ran a huge deficit and closed its Level 2 trauma center a couple of years ago, we stepped in to acquire that hospital. We immediately reopened the trauma emergency room to serve East San Jose and Milpitas residents. And the quick integration of RMC to our Valley Medical Center VMC family has been nothing short of miraculous, right? And when skeptics predicted this RMC purchase would cost us millions in deficit, the opposite happened. Not only did we preserve the life-saving resource, the patient volume skyrocketed to more than doubled in just 7 months. And today, our Regional Medical Center is no longer operating at the deficit, reaching financial stability 3 years ahead of schedule. And in addition, we are also about to open a brand new behavioral health center located at our VMC main campus with not only outpatient services, but also 77 inpatient beds for adults, adolescents, and even children with acute and subacute needs. So Santa Clara County finally have a place so that we will no longer need to send our kids outside the county to get the behavioral health help that they need. And now, I'm going to direct you to let's watch together a short video of talking about how much our county has accomplished just this past year. Let's roll the video.
At the County of Santa Clara, public service means showing up every day for everyone. It means world-class hospitals when minutes matter. It means housing to restore stability and dignity. It means second chances, strong families, and safe communities. This is a county that leads with compassion, invests in opportunity, and protects what matters most. Together, we are building a healthier, safer, stronger Santa Clara County.
Your county government is here to serve you, all of you. And we will stand by your side, no matter what, to do everything that we can, that's within our power, to ensure that you continue to have access to critical and vital services. Regional Medical Center has long been such an important asset in the eastern part of our county, a life-saving asset that has transformed so many families' lives.
The acquisition of Regional Medical Center defines who we are as a healthcare system to the community, which is we are here for everyone.
We are restoring critical, life-saving services to our community through this important acquisition.
So we know how important it is to have quality health care close to home.
It's about ensuring that where you live doesn't determine whether you live.
This county has saved access to health care for tens of thousands of San Jose and other nearby residents.
When everything seems to be going backwards nationally, here we are in Santa Clara County moving forward.
The county restored the hospital's status as a Level 2 trauma center and brought back vital stroke and STEMI care on the day it assumed ownership and operation of Regional Medical Center on April 1st, 2025. Just 6 months later, in October, the county restored labor and delivery services to RMC, along with the life-saving neonatal intensive care unit.
Santa Clara Valley Healthcare, of course, provides critical services to every resident in our community.
So not only do we provide emergency room care, we provide trauma care, we provide burn care. These are services that everyone in the community needs. And so I think people just need to realize that this is a gem that we need to protect.
The county also continues to make progress in the delivery of behavioral health services. In the summer of 2026, the county will open a new facility where minors experiencing a psychiatric crisis can receive the care they need close to home and their families.
So right behind me is the Behavioral Health Pavilion here at Valley Medical Center, and this is a tremendous commitment from the Board of Supervisors and the citizens of Santa Clara County to serve this population. It will allow us to treat those who are experiencing mental health crises with our emergency psychiatric services units as well as our inpatient psychiatric units. Instead of having to send children and adolescents far out of county to receive services, they can now receive them right here at home in Santa Clara.
The Santa Clara County Child Care Expansion Grant is one of the most impactful programs. From any angle that you look at child care, it is a significant asset to the entire community. Whether or not one has children, it benefits everyone.
For many of these children, I'm involved in their cases from the time they're born. And so I see what they've gone through. I see them embraced by these other families, by these people who have opened their homes and their hearts to making this child a part of their family forever is so gratifying.
CalFresh is a very important program for our community. It helps vulnerable clients afford food for themselves and for their families. There are 133,000 people on CalFresh benefits in Santa Clara County.
There are a lot of great stories brought about by CalFresh. Academic excellence, better nutrition coming from the elderly, disabled individuals. These are a few of the things that highlights the benefits of CalFresh.
CalFresh is helping me right now. The amount that I get paid at my job does not cover it. It doesn't, because I have to pay rent, I have to pay PG&E bills. I'm just blessed that CalFresh has been helping me with that, because we don't get to go a day without eating.
Since 2020, we have housed more than 20,000 people through our community plan to end homelessness, and we are on track to create more than 6,700 new units of affordable housing through our $950 million Measure A affordable housing bond approved by county voters in 2016.
A lot of things have come to all. A cow, a dog, a cat, a mouse. Oh, what a bed, oh, what a house. I'm so thankful. I'm extremely thankful for Measure A. We wouldn't be sitting here today. And neither would this little guy here.
Yeah.
The reality is there's a shortage of affordable housing across every city in our county. The county has made significant, major progress in addressing that shortage, but we know many families are still struggling, and we all need to continue to do more.
The Hub is a vibrant community center that was designed by and for young people who are in foster care or transitioning out of foster care. It also features an affordable housing complex of 80 units, half of which are set aside for youth transitioning out of the foster care system.
It's been so incredibly inspiring to see our young people's leadership in bringing this project together. The Hub is most fundamentally their vision, their act of love.
I wouldn't have had any of the resources I have today if the Hub wasn't there to give those out for me.
The Reentry Resource Center offers opportunities for individuals that have been released from jail and prison to access vital services. And one of those services is the primary health care through the medical mobile unit. Individuals that are coming out of jail and prison access our center here.
It totally reshaped your characteristics and the way you look at being free in society compared to being institutionalized.
It's about giving every resident a fair chance to heal, to recover, and to rebuild their life.
I'm very passionate what I do because it comes from my heart. I'm come every day happy, motivated, and I like to motivate my participants in here.
She believes in us, and a lot of people don't believe in us. And she believes that we're gonna do better, and every day she reminds us, every day, I wanna do better because of her.
About a year ago, the medical staff had collectively signed a letter of request and support for our health system to really increase our efforts around climate action. and to not only recognize the impact that healthcare has on the climate, but also to do everything we could to decrease the impact that our health system has on the climate.
So we know that 30% of climate change is due to what we eat. And so if we can really look at what we're eating, what we're serving, we will really make a huge impact on really making sure that our climate is sustainable. We are exploring all of the climate-friendly measures that St. Louis Hospital and our other county hospitals are taking to really keep the planet in mind and everyone's health in mind.
Wildfire mitigation is a top priority for Santa Clara County Parks. Prescribed burns is an important vegetation management tool of where we can reduce the fuel load in our county parks, making our local communities safer. Santa Clara County Parks is where everyone belongs. 55,000 acres, 28 parks. It has something for everybody. It's preserving the natural habitat and connecting us all.
This is what it looks like when a community comes together. When healthcare saves lives, housing restores hope, children and families are supported, and second chances open new doors. At the County of Santa Clara, we're dedicated to our mission of being the safety net for those in greatest need, regardless of immigration status, gender identity, disabilities, or other circumstances. Together, we're building a future that is stronger, safer, and more sustainable for everyone.
Wow. And yes, we are here when you need us, right? Yes. Well, we just saw so many familiar faces on the screen, and that we also get to see right here in the room today. And I'd like to pause to thank each of you for the work you do to make this county so incredible. So many thanks to all of our amazing leaders: James Williams, Greta Henson, Tony Lepresti, Paul Lorenz, Dr. Sarah Rutman, Dr. Sherry Terrell, Dr. Sherry Hole, KJ Kaminsky, Darlene Escalante, Ilona Betkolia Gevagis, Kavita Narayan, and so many, many more. So let's give them all a round of applause. And of course, also to the OCPA team that made this video, Maria Leticia Gomez and Benjamin Rada, as well as Brian Darrow from our county exec's office. Of all of you making this happen. We talked a little bit about the HR1 and this big and beautiful bill that stripped $1 billion a year from our budget. What does that really mean? It's just some numbers, right? Actually, it means thousands would lose insurance coverage. Kids will miss their annual checkups. Seniors will lose their long-term cares, and people with disability will lose their treatments. Overcrowded hospitals, clinics, and ERs. Preventive care reduced, and more people getting sicker. Families living paycheck to paycheck will have to choose between medicine, rent, or groceries. This is unacceptable, and we weren't going to let that happen. So right after HR1 was signed into law on July 4th, I called a special meeting, and our entire board unanimously voted to place the sales tax Measure A on last November's ballot, making Santa Clara County the first and only county in California to accomplish this. Yes. And huge thanks to the tireless efforts of thousands of our community members who helped tell these real-life stories to save our hospitals, and our residents voted decisively with over 57% in favor that would raise $330 million revenues annually. But even with this Measure 8 funds and our recent very painful mid-year budget reduction, our county still faces a $270 million deficit this coming year that this board will have no choice but to address before June. Our budget is also affected by many things like state funding, the stock market volatility, as well as uncertainty from tariffs, wars, and of course the erratic federal policy decisions. With oil prices now $100 a barrel. And if this lasts much longer, our deficit will only grow bigger. Since nearly 30% of our county's revenue comes from federal government, fighting in court to protect our federal funding is so vital for saving our hospitals and preventing more homelessness. You see, across the country, the federal government has a troubling success pressuring institutions like corporations, universities, law firms, and even local governments to adopt its inhumane policies and vision. But our county's story has been very different. Our county has stood firm to defend our values and the people we serve. Our county's counsel's office has aggressively challenged the federal administration's actions in court, filing at least 9 lawsuits with more to come. Yes? And they have also joined many other lawsuits through amicus brief with other counties and cities across our nation. These efforts have resulted in victory after victory. Courts have issued temporary restraining orders and preliminary injunctions stopping attempts to unlawfully withhold our funding. And these rulings protect not only Santa Clara County, but also many small cities and towns that lack the resources to fight these battles themselves. Many counties across California are now looking to follow our lead, and we are really glad to help. None of this would be possible without the extraordinary work of our County Council's office team, led by Tony Lepresti and Kavita Narayan right here. Yes. Let's give them a huge round of applause. When's the last time we give applause to our lawyers, right? And up on our dais today, you also notice our Sheriff Bob Johnson. Actually, Bob's not here today. Oops, that wasn't the notes, but we definitely miss him. Our DA Jeff Rosen, our Public Defender Damon Silver, our public safety partners who keep our county safe and moving forward together. Since 2020, our office has hosted and partnered with the DA's office on 4 gun buyback events in different parts of our county. And I want to thank our public safety partners from Milpitas and San Jose to Morgan Hill and Gilroy, along with the District Attorney's Office, the Sheriff's Office, for helping making these efforts possible. Together, we have removed more than 1,500 unwanted guns from our streets and neighborhoods, including over 60 assault-style rifles and at least 47 ghost guns. This work truly matters because more than half of the suicides in the United States involve a firearm, with an extremely high fatality rate. And so by removing that option, we are saving lives. Our Office of Sustainability and Resilience, OSR, led by new director, Casey Hill, secured $2.6 million from the state to develop a shoreline adaptation plan that will protect all our Bayshore families and beyond from flooding and the sea level rise. The Urban Forestry Master Plan with stakeholders' input will create a greener, healthier environment for decades to come while diverting organic waste from landfills, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and expanding food recovery to support our residents facing hunger. The county, yes, let's touch that. And the county has grown stronger by working together, bringing governments, community groups, and experts together around shared climate goals. This work shows our dedication to protect everyone, including facing the real threat of wildfires. 2 years ago, after seeing the horrid wildfires across the state, we learned that the AI technology can detect fires earlier. So I proposed to study this technology, and last year we voted to install 50 N5 AI sensors at high-risk areas in the southern and eastern part of our county. So as of today, 15 of those AI sensors are installed in our county parks across the wildland-urban interface. We expect the rest to be in place, hopefully by the end of this year. And let's give a round of applause to Seth Charlotte from our Fire Safe Council, Chief Shawana Kirkall of our County Fire, and Todd Lofgren from our County Parks, and Andrea McKenzie from the Open Space Authority and your teams to make this happen. Thank you. See, in the heart of Silicon Valley, this is our tradition at its best. Harnessing scientific progress, not just to build companies, but to protect communities. We must never forget also our veterans, the men and women who volunteered into harm's way to serve our nation. And now it is our turn to honor that sacrifice by matching their commitment with unwavering care for their safety and well-being. The 10 Kirk project will transform these dated buildings into bold examples of what's possible when we act on potential. A special thanks to our Congressman, Ro Khanna, and this, I believe his District Director, Tom Pike, is here tonight, for securing $3.5 million for this project just this last month. Yes. See, this is more than just renovation. It is actually reinvention. We will create a state-of-the-art transitional housing facility for our veterans, a model that can inspire communities across the nation. Now, getting there will require the continued partnership of the Palo Alto VA, Santa Clara County Housing Authority, the VSO, and our Veterans Commission. And together, we will create a welcoming and safe space where veterans in need can heal, can recover, and can get back on their feet. And besides being a veteran myself, I am also an immigrant. For months, I have been horrified by the federal tactics of mass deportation that sows fears in our neighborhoods and does not really make anyone safer. It has cost lives, erodes trust, and deepened the divisions in our community. And I'm very proud that our county's policies on immigration are very clear. Jails and county's public spaces will not be used for deportation. And our sheriffs, yes. And our sheriff's office will not assist our federal immigration actions. And I want to say many thanks to Sheriff Bob Johnson for leading this very important effort. And here in Santa Clara County, we also celebrate the many brave teams of volunteers protecting our families, including the SCC Rapid Response Network that includes immigrant support groups like Siren, providing real-time updates and alerts to help calm the fears of our immigrant families. We will continue to support them in whatever way they need, because that's simply just the right thing to do, correct? Yes. Now, even in this valley of plenty, some of our own children cannot trust the water they drink at school. It shows that abundance means little if it isn't paired with fairness and safety. So to ensure that every child gets clean drinking water at our school, I will work with Valley Water, the County Board of Education, local school boards, and others to find funding to replace these unsafe drinking fountains in our schools throughout the 31 school districts located in our county. Valley Water already has a grant program designed to provide funding for the installation of water bottle refill stations and help expand drinking water access. This should be a low-hanging fruit, people, but it's so vital to the healthy well-being of every school child. And working together, let's make this happen this year, right? Our progress as a county cannot be done alone. Partnerships are what turn ideas into action and commitments into outcomes. The partnership between our county library district, for example, and the Office of Education has transformed the libraries at our Juvenile Hall and James Ranch into vibrant, modern learning spaces. And most importantly, these youth in our care consistently report that they are now reading more than ever, a testament to the power of partnership and belief in their potential to grow. Beyond the shelves, our county librarians bring a wealth of expertise and connections to our community and expand students' horizons. Jennifer Weeks and her team have done incredible work in our libraries, creating beautiful, immersive storybook play spaces that support early literacy skills. And recently, Siren has reached out to our office to ask if we could help them to get some laptops of the youth program. Our TSS Technology Services and Solutions team heeded the call and secured a dozen laptops to support the students. Similarly, our office is working with AT&T to get laptops and cell phones for youth leaving our juvenile halls so that they can continue the vital programming they received while in our care. These are only a few examples of what happens when public institutions, private enterprises, and community organizations, no matter how big or small, unite. We gain the shared purpose and strength to meet our toughest challenges. So therefore, we are launching a new presidential Blue Ribbon Commission on Public-Private Partnership to find ways for our county to form partnerships with companies headquartered right here in the heart of Silicon Valley. We must build these bridges for businesses and individuals alike to offer opportunities to contribute, whether financially, through volunteer work, or by sharing technical expertise. This is a call to our businesses, big or small, to join us in helping their neighbors, their children's friends, and see what impact we can make just in our own backyard. Whether it's writing a check, or sending workers for a volunteer event, or lending your area of expertise to help our county. Working together is what will help our county move forward regardless of the challenges ahead. Right? So in closing, we must remember that our path forward is not built on grand gestures alone. It is built on steady, persistent action, protecting what works, fixing what's broken, and refusing to let today's circumstances define our tomorrow's possibilities. So as we leave here tonight, let's remember, progress is never a solo act. It is a continual commitment to collective action. Because together, we will meet today's challenges with courage, turn our shared vision into action, and shape a future that lifts every member of our community. And before we transition to our Community Heroes Awards tonight, I just want to say that throughout the speech tonight, I've said many we and us, talking about our partners, our staff, our contractors, and our advisors. But there's also another type of partners, and those are the true heroes. The ones who didn't wait for board meetings to act and aren't waiting for federal funds to arrive. They've been in our community every day doing the hard work that often goes unnoticed without contracts, commissions, or rewards. And to you, I say this. I can't promise more funding, nor applause loud enough to match your worth. But I can honor you, for you are the ones holding up our community, making the impossible possible, turning hope into action, and action into real change. With caution in our minds, hope in our hearts, kindness in our hands, and gratitude in our voices. Even when the road ahead is rough, we will stand together and meet every headwind with courage, because together we lift each other. Together, our country will thrive, and together, the best is yet to come, right? Yes. Muchísimas gracias. 谢谢. Come on. Arigatou gozaimasu. Kamsahamnida. Salamat por. Shukran. And yes, thank you very, very much. It's my honor. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now I'll go ahead and turn the mic back to our most amazing MCs right here. Come on up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Board President Lee, for that address. One more round of applause, please. Supervisor Lee's message reminds us that the future isn't something we simply wait for. Rather, it's something we can and are all building together. With vision, collaboration, and continued commitment, there is no limit to what our county can achieve. And the road ahead is filled with opportunity, and together we will all shape what comes next.
As we work with our kids and talk about the importance of collaboration, let's let tonight just be a moment of reflection, but a catalyst for action. Each one of us have a role to play, and when we leave here tonight, may we do it with renewed purpose and a shared determination to turn vision into reality. The challenges we face are real, but so is our capacity to overcome them. If tonight has anything shown us, It is our best chapters are still yet to come.
Thank you again, President Lee. Once more. And we just want to make sure we cover a few people that may have been missed. So I'm going to read a few names. So again, one clap. Let's do it once. One clap. Great. So Consul of the Vice Consulate of Hungary, Eleanor Mezaros. Consulate from the Consulate of Georgia, Tony K. Nikvashvili. Honorary Consul of Belgium, Natalie Delrue Maguire. Honorary Consul of Jamaica and fellow Navy veteran, Denise McCullough-Creary. And Communications Director, Taiwan Economic and Cultural Office, Jenny Kuhl.
All right, let's get to the next big item here. As we look toward the future, it's important to pause and recognize the individuals who help create the kind of hopeful, thriving environment we all want to see in our community. This next portion of the program will inspire you, as we will now recognize our 2026 Presidential Community Hero Awards.
The Presidential Community Hero Awards honor outstanding individuals or organizations who have made meaningful contributions to their communities through service, leadership, and transformative actions. By celebrating these unsung heroes, we aim to spotlight their inspiring commitment to improving the lives of others and strengthening the Santa Clara County community.
At this time, I would like to invite Board President Lee, as well as Vice President Arenas, to join us as we recognize District 1's honorees.
As they come down, our first honoree is Dave Noel. Give it up for Dave Noel. Dave Noel serves as president of Erickson Neighborhood Association, or ENA, and secretary of the District 9 Leadership Group, or D9LG. As a neighborhood leader, Dave has played a crucial role in shaping the Cherry Avenue Emergency Interim Housing Site in South San Jose. Through Dave's leadership, ENA and D9LG has displayed compassion and humanity in their advocacy for ending unsheltered homelessness, playing a key role in the planning process of the Cherry Avenue Emergency Interim Housing Site to ensure unhoused residents have access to a safe, warm place to live while they transition to stabilized housing.
This past holiday season, Dave led an effort to create welcome baskets for formerly unhoused tenants of the Cherry Avenue EIH site, confronting our homelessness and housing crisis with empathy. By hosting the Erickson Day charitable event, Dave made sure that all 136 formerly unhoused residents felt welcome by distributing hygiene kits, dental essentials, grooming supplies, and more. Let's make some noise for Dave.
Our next District 1 Presidential Community Hero is Stephen McHenry. Give it up for Stephen McHenry. Stephen serves as president of the San Martin Neighborhood Association, where he plays a key role in informing our San Martin community on land use issues and protecting the community's rural character. He is also deeply involved in the region's equine community, participating in multiple different organizations throughout Santa Clara County, including the San Martin Horsemen's Association and Santa Clara County Horsemen's Association.
In addition to his community and advocacy work, he also owns the Lone Oak Equestrian Center, a facility known for its commitment to quality horse care and dedication to ensuring that every horse receives the attention and support it needs to flourish. Let's give a well-deserved round of applause as we have Stephen accept this award.
Thank you, Supervisor Arenas. Now, I'd like to welcome up District 2 Supervisor Betty Young to the stage to present her awards.
Our first District 2 honoree tonight is Farrell May Pagorczyk, has served as the librarian for Horseman Elementary School since 2004, dedicating more than 2 decades to nurturing a loving of reading and learning in students. For more than 10 years, she has coordinated school-wide read-ins celebrating Black History Month, AAPI Heritage Month, and more, brings community leaders into the classrooms to inspire young minds.
Go ahead, y'all. Give them a round of applause. Make her blush for her photo. Beyond the school campus, Farol is the heart and soul of her Nagley Park neighborhood. She has been active in the Nagley Park neighborhood and in the Campus Community Association, her neighborhood association for over 35 years.
Also, she helps procure and distribute books to downtown schools as well as local mental health facilities. She is the cooking teacher. Thank you for your lasting impact on our students, families, and neighborhoods. Congratulations, and enjoy your entire event.
Farrell May Pogorsic. Thank you.
Thank you, Farrell. Our next District 2 honoree is a little special. Supervisor Yung would like to honor the East San Jose Worker Cooperative, which consists of 3 separate food cooperatives: Mujeres Empresarias Tomando Acción, or META LLC, Dolores C. Consulting, and Lazos Fuertes LLC. Give them a hand.
The Eastside San Jose Worker Collaborative exemplifies the power of community-led, worker-owned business to strengthen neighborhoods, expand opportunities, and improve quality of life for families across District 2. Through culturally responsive services, leadership development, and deep community trust, these cooperatives are building a more equitable local economy rooted in care and collaboration.
De Colores Collective Consulting is a cooperative dedicated to bridging the gap between institutions and the Latino community. They facilitate strategic alliances between government organizations and NGOs, fostering authentic leadership and maximizing the professional potential of emerging leaders to generate lasting social impact. Their mission is to spearhead and deliver high-impact projects that drive meaningful change.
Lazos Fuertes is a cooperative formed by women and community leaders who strengthen ties between Spanish-speaking community and government organizations, creating an environment where everyone can participate, stay informed, and reach their full potential through trust, unity, and collaboration. Lazos offers outreach service through programs, campaigns, and community events.
Mujeres Empresarias Tomando Acción, also known as META, is a women-owned business comprised of community workers who provide quality services, developing the leadership of each client through workshops and children's activities. META provides outreach services to inform and mobilize the community, being a connecting bridge to make changes and prosper. They conduct their business with respect, honesty, and with a focus on improving the quality of life for communities and their families.
Together, these worker cooperatives demonstrate how collective ownership, cultural understanding, and community leadership can create lasting change. District 2 is proud to recognize their impact and honor their continued commitment to uplifting East San Jose's families. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Supervisor Young, and congrats to all of District 2's honorees. Supervisor Ellenberg, would you please join us on the stage so we can show some love to your honorees?
Supervisor Ellenberg is pleased to honor Julie Stover. Give Julie Stover a round of applause. Julie Stover leads Art House Studio as its executive director. With degrees in art education and art history, she developed an art education program known as Art House Kids, focused on art history, art exploration, and world culture for over 2 decades. In 2021, Julie transformed this successful model into the nonprofit Art House Studio. Art House's mission and primary focus is to address the disparity in creative and entrepreneurial opportunities within underprivileged communities through the power of art. Julie's unwavering mission has always revolved around engaging both companies and communities to aid, inspire, and connect to the youth that surround them with their unique youth art galleries that connect us all.
Julie's entrepreneurial spirit is fueled by her passion to teach students that they can, despite their circumstances, draw on their innate creative ability to use their imagination, innovate, and find their own passions. They have grown testimonials from parents, educators, superintendents, and social workers, including those in mental health facilities, affirming the profound importance of the program. But these are not just statistics. They represent the lives of teachers that they touch, talents they have nurtured, and the untapped creative potential they have unlocked.
And unfortunately, Julie is not able to join us tonight. However, Natalia Mercadal in Art Host Studio, this is her, all right! Natalia Mercadal, an Art House Studio board member, has accepted on Julie's behalf. Give her a round of applause. Our next District 4 honoree is Josh Sello. Give Josh a round of applause. Josh comes to Bill Wilson Center from West Valley Community Services, a Cupertino-based nonprofit organization where he was the agency's executive director. He's a certified fundraising executive with almost 25 years of experience in nonprofit leadership. Previously, Josh worked as the Associate Executive Director at the Palo Alto Family YMCA and the Chief Operating Officer of the JCC in Rockland County, New York. He has served as the chair of the Cupertino Rotary Housing Corporation, as a member of the board of the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce, and he's also a board chair of the San Jose Evergreen Community College District Foundation.
Josh is also a member of Showing Up for Racial Justice, Bay Area, the Santa Clara County Real Coalition, Race Equity Action Leadership, and part of the Cohort 3 American Leadership Forum's Diversity, Inclusion, Equity Leadership Program.
Unfortunately, Josh is also unable to join us tonight as he's out of town doing the work with young adults, which we need him to do. However, Pilar Furlong, Chief Resources Officer, will be accepting on his behalf. Thank you, Pilar. Thank you, Supervisor Susan Ellenberg, and congrats to all District 4's honorees. Supervisor Abikoga, will you please join us on stage to highlight your award winners?
Our very first honoree of the night is for District 5 is Dr. Jane Fomar. She has been a resident of Almaden Valley since 1993 and has had a long career as a research scientist at IBM Almaden Research Center. She now works as a science advisor at Google, expanding the reach of molecular recognition and association in scientific research. Jane also takes on active role as an editor, reviewer, and board member in the organizations such as the National Science Foundation, the American Chemical Society, and many more.
Go ahead and give her some applause, y'all. Dr. Jane. Dr. Jane's leadership is grounded in deep care for both her community and its natural environment. Recently, Jane has been at the forefront of raising concerns about hillside erosion caused by an increase in local squirrel activity in Almaden Valley. She has advocated for humane, non-toxic approaches that protect squirrels while preventing further damage to our local food chains, reflecting her deep respect for Almaden Valley's natural beauty and her commitment to ecosystem health. Her coordination of city and county action to resolve this concern aligns closely with Supervisor Abikoga's focus on sustainability and strong partnerships. Let's give it up for Dr. Jane Fomar.
Supervisor Abikoga is also honoring the Los Gatos Anti-Racism Coalition. The Los Gatos Anti-Racism Coalition, LGARC, was founded and established in 2020 during an anti-racism protest held in Los Gatos High School. It was formed by residents to combat systematic racism through education, police reform, and housing advocacy.
Their community-focused work includes local narrative series, small articles focusing on change, actively mobilizing members of the community to advocate for affordable housing, police reform, and anti-racism curriculum, and their most recent project, the Rental Assistance Program. The LGARC started this program with the recognition that the housing crisis is further gentrifying the Bay Area, rendering it less socioeconomically and racially diverse. A portion of the Coalition's rental assistance program is funded by grants from the town of Los Gatos and Santa Clara County. This collaboration truly highlights the connection between LGARC and District 5 in supporting affordable housing initiatives.
Let's give it up.
Congratulations, Jeff Suzuki, President of LGIRC.
Awesome. Thank you, Supervisor Abikoga. Now on to District 3's honoree. May we begin by honoring our 3 youth heroes, starting with Manny Pacquiao. Manny is a junior in high school from downtown San Jose. He has been involved in climate advocacy since 2020, when he saw the destruction of climate change fuel wildfire season so close to home. He serves as the City of San Jose's Climate Advisory Commission, where he has worked to support rapid and equitable adoption and implementation of climate solutions and increase the voice of young people in the city's policy process.
Manny is also part of the Silicon Valley Youth Climate Action, or SVYCA, where he co-leads the San Jose Action Team and works on projects to educate young people about climate action, get the community involved in these efforts, and advocate for strong local climate policies. He has supported the passage of San Jose policies such as the 2024 Multifamily Home EV Charging Reach Code and helped write the unanimously approved 2025 Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors resolution in support of the Polluters Pay Climate Superfund bill. And he is an incoming youth co-director for SVYCA. Unfortunately, Manny is not here to accept his award, so to accept the award is Kelly Liu from the San Jose team.
Our next honoree is Miranda Guatame. Miranda is also known as Milu, was born on September 20th, 2014 in Bogotá, Colombia. Give
her a hand!
She is currently a 5th grader at Alice Elementary School in Sunnyvale and stands out not only for her academic dedication, but also for her leadership and social commitment. She's a junior community leader at Sunnyvale Community Center, where she actively participates in initiatives that promote unity, respect, and support for the most vulnerable families. Her dedication to service has led her to identify as the voice of those dedications to service her dedication to service has led her to identify as the voice of those who cannot speak. Motivated by the desire to build a better world where people are valued for who they are, Milu practices track and field and swimming, and also enjoys hiking, activities that strengthen her discipline, perseverance, and love for the nature, which she shares with her family.
She comes from a proudly Colombian family. Her parents, Omar Guatame and Yensi Gil, and her brother Martin have been her greatest role models. Her mother is also a community leader, which has deeply inspired Milu's social commitment. She dreams of being a singer and composing her own songs. She aspires that in the future, her artistic achievements will allow her to help the most vulnerable communities, thus reaffirming her purpose of service and solidarity. Milu represents a new generation of young leaders who believe in empathy, inclusion, and the power of voice to transform realities. Give Milu a round of applause.
Following is Nia Gupte. Nia is a senior at Milpitas Middle College High School and student board representative. Nia continues to make a meaningful and lasting impact through her dedication, advocacy, and commitment to uplifting others.
Give it up for Nia, everybody. Nia serves on her district's local control accountability plan and community design teams, where she works alongside educators and administrators to shape equitable policies and amplify student voice. She also leads and hosts STEAM workshops at local elementary schools, creating hands-on learning experiences that spark curiosity in science, technology, engineering, art, and math, and strengthen connections between students and their broader community.
Her passion for education, equity, and inclusion is evident in all she does. She continuously advocates for her fellow students and works to ensure that every voice is heard and valued. With aspirations for a future in government and public service, Nia is already demonstrating the integrity, compassion, and leadership that define an exceptional civic leader.
It's truly amazing how there are so many passionate youths out there who have been stepping up and using their voices to make change, because this is something we need during these times. So let's please welcome Nia, or let's please give Nia another round of applause. Woo!
This next honoree has done tremendous work, especially this year, navigating some truly challenging times with dedication and resilience. Please join me in congratulating Save Our Local Hospitals. No. It's next.
So don't do that one?
Yeah. Oh, we can go. Okay. All right. All right, let's switch it up a little bit quickly. District 3's other honoree is Community Seva, founded in June 2013. It began as a simple family effort. Nathan's family serving pizza in a park, which has since grown into a grassroots volunteer-driven organization dedicating to feeding the hungry and serving the homeless.
With more than 4,800 volunteers and supporters, Community Seva has served over 470,000 hot, nutritious meals to unhoused individuals across the Bay Area, reaching people in shelters, encampments, RV parks, parking lots, and on the streets.
Beyond meals, the organization provides essential items such as sleeping bags, blankets, clothing, hygiene kits, and shoes, as well as service including showers, laundry, and haircuts. Community Service also offers a safe shelter program providing up to 72 hours of emergency hotel stay for those in crisis. Supports unhoused high school students with school supplies and calculators, and has provided hot meals to students in Gilroy affected by reductions in SNAP and CalFresh benefits.
Let's give another round of applause for Nathan Ganeshan, founder and president of Community Seva.
All right, we got to come back for the last honoree here as we talk a little bit about it. They have done tremendous amount of work, especially this year, navigating some of the truly challenging times with dedication and resilience. So please join me in congratulating Save Our Hospitals.
Save Our Local Hospitals. Let's welcome them up. They are a diverse coalition of healthcare, nonprofit, labor, philanthropy, and business organizations that led Measure A to victory this past November. In just 89 days, the coalition raised $2.95 million, knocked on 11,500 doors, made 52,000 phone calls, sent 380,000 text messages, delivered 1.2 million pieces of mail, and they generated 52 million digital impressions via social media. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of impact, a lot of reach. And most importantly, the coalition demonstrated how local communities can push back on federal cuts to protect the health and safety of all of our residents.
So with so many honorees here, let's name some of them. So we got Parveen Anchala, Mohammed Chandri, Gene Cohen, Michael Elliott, Darcy Green, Tony Ayaton, represented by Amy Chan, Alan Kamara, Kara Kasansis, Alisa Koff Ginsberg, Eric Mondler, Dolores Morales, John A. Sobrato, represented by Alexa Cortez Colwell, and Moises Zaypitan. Thank you all for amazing work for our county here.
And while they take a picture, let's give it up for our 2026 Presidential Community Hero Award winners. All of you, whether you're on the stage taking your picture or in the audience, you're all truly an inspiration. Thank you so much for the work you are or have done for the county. While they're taking their picture, so that he can start to get settled, to close this evening out, we have something really special for you. We'd like to conclude with a closing poem from our County Poet Laureate, Yosimar Reyes. Give it up for Yosimar. Hailing from East San Jose by way of Guerrero, Mexico, Reyes quickly made a name for himself at the tender age of 16, exploding onto local Bay Area stages and captivating his audiences with deeply moving spoken word performances.
In addition to being the first ever undocumented poet to be selected as Santa Clara County's Poet Laureate, Reyes was chosen to be the 2024 Creative Ambassador by the City of San Jose. The Advocate named him one of the 13 LGBT Latinos changing the world. And Wimeza Claude included him on the list of 10 up-and-coming Latinx poets you need to know.
Yosimar's writing has appeared in publications such as Mariposas, a modern anthology of queer Latino poetry, Somewhere We Are Human, Authentic Voices on Migration, Survival, and New Beginnings, and the forthcoming Undocu Poetics. Let's give Yosimar a warm welcome. Woo!
Thank you. Hola, hola. I hold this. Buenas noches. Good evening, everybody. I have the task of closing this out. Good evening, everyone. My name is Yosimar Reyes. I am a poet, playwright, and cultural worker based here in Santa Clara County, where I currently serve as the Poet Laureate. I'm also a proud, queer, undocumented immigrant who grew up in East San Jose, raised by my grandparents who, like many immigrant families in this county, built their lives through hard work, sacrifice, and hope. Much of my work tries to capture the emotional and human realities behind immigration, the stories that often get lost in policy debates and headlines. Through poetry and theater, I try to honor the lives of our families and our neighbors. Just recently, I had the privilege of premiering my new play, No Llegamos Aquí Solos. Thank you. In collaboration with Teatro Visión, a piece inspired by the stories of East Side San Jose residents, I'm grateful that the run was sold out, which shows how deeply our community is hungry to see their lives and histories reflected on stage. The poem I'm about to share reflects on immigrant labor and the hope that many of our parents carried, that one day, after years of work that has taken a toll on their bodies, they might finally rest and return to a place they belong. As someone who is undocumented myself, this poem is about the tension between uncertainty and hope, and about the dream of building a home somewhere in this world where our lives are not in limbo. This poem is titled A Place of My Own. Someday, your parents will age in a country that has taken a toll on their bodies. Your mother's hands that once cleaned houses will tremble at the sink. Your father's knees that climb trees and balance on rooftops will refuse the ladder. Your mother won't be able to stand all day inside the factory anymore. Your father won't be able to set roofs under the burning sun. Sus cuerpos will grow smaller and smaller like candles that have already given their light. Immigrants work like this, with a quiet dream that one day, after enough years, after enough rent paid, after enough hours bent over someone else's life, they will purchase a plane ticket and return home. We tell ourselves the immigrant labor is our penance for the glory we will someday see. But sometimes, late at night, I realize this glory is just hope, and hope can be a fragile thing to build a life upon. Still, I carry a small dream like a seed in my pocket that one day I will find my place in this world, a small plot of land where my life is not questioned, where no one will say that I'm invading, where my days are not suspended between the fear of the future and the ghosts of the past. I will build a home there where the warmth of my abuela's kitchen and the hunting laughter of my abuelo, the rain will fall softly on the roof, and for the first time in a long time, I will not feel lonely. One day, after all this labor, after all this waiting, there will be a place that is finally my own. Muchas gracias. Enjoy the rest of the night.
And yes, that's our county's laureate, Josimar Reyes, Poet Laureate. All right, Curtis, do we have any public comment?
We do not have any public comment.
No public comment. Okay, all right. Well, I just want to say, thank you so much for everybody for coming tonight. This has been a true honor for me to be able to address you. See, I told you, it won't take 2 hours to do this, right? But even better yet, we'll be breaking the fast now. So for those who want to break fast, we will have dates out there. But even better yet, the food, I think, is ready to be served. So on that note, I'll go and adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much for everybody for coming tonight.